The market is indeed declining, at least as I write this, but there is no need to panic just yet. What are those splishy whales up to, you ask? Yes, they are going all in, snatching up all the anxiety from retail vendors who are in a panic and about to flee. The whales? They've been purchasing XRP a lot. Speaking about XRP, have you observed the Bollinger Bands getting tighter once more? Do we have a breakout in the making? Do you recall the events of 2024? And then, bang, those bands were tighter than ever before. We immediately reached an all-time high. Ahead of us, exciting times, you wager. Let me be very clear before we get started. This is obviously not financial advice, and I'm not a finance expert. I promise you that nothing I write or say should influence your decision to purchase or sell. I'm just a crypto fan who enjoys creating leisurely YouTube videos. This is just a pastime. Now that we've cleared that out, let's look at where we are. As I write this, the price of XRP is $2.02. It's funny since it dropped to $2 right before I pressed the record button. I hope that by the time you're viewing this, it has recovered. To be honest, though, don't worry if it hasn't. Everything is a part of the journey. As usual, the market is moving in unison. The cycle doesn't end here. Unless, of course, things are different this time. However, we are all aware of how that phrase typically concludes. I don't believe it. After plunging into the $79,000s, Bitcoin has recently risen just above $80,000. The crypto fear and greed index, meanwhile, is at a disconcerting 16 out of 100. Note that this index is only updated once every 24 hours. If there isn't a turnaround today, I'd bet that the score will fall below 16 because Bitcoin is reaching $79,000 and pulling the market with it. Just intuition. Hey, sometimes the intuition is right. Check out the most recent post from chart analyst Ali Martinez. He is pointing out that the market is currently experiencing intense fear. Here's the problem, though. The pendulum will eventually swing back to extreme greed, whether that is weeks or months from now. Take note of what I say. I never profess to be able to forecast when. However, it always occurs. All the anxiety, worry, and whining that permeate today's discourse, they will become less noticeable when the market recovers. Crypto isn't going away overnight. For 16 years, it has been subjected to these extreme price fluctuations and high levels of volatility. This is merely a new chapter in the same narrative. Examine the data from a distance. Take a look at the charts. It isn't too difficult. This is the nature of cryptocurrency. It's typical. The market will recover if we are indeed about to enter a bear market, even if it lasts for years. Crypto is here to stay. Worried about dips like this? It's useless. Remain composed. Remain concentrated. You should understand, just like Ali Martinez does. Be greedy when others are afraid, he once advised. Does that sound familiar? It's a twist on the timeless counsel of Warren Buffett. Be wary of avaricious people, and avaricious when others are afraid. I may have made a mistake there, but you get what I mean. This is why it's considered classic wisdom. It functions. The sentiment of the crowd is nearly usually incorrect. Really, it is almost always incorrect. Therefore, it shouldn't be shocking that people are in a panic right now. In the meantime, XRP whales are moving stealthily. Yes, they are purchasing. However, I'll go into more detail about that later in the movie. Just be aware of this. The last thing you should be doing is panic. Charting Guy posted something intriguing last night. An exceptionally low 10 out of 100 was reached by the crypto fear and greed index. Extreme terror, really. It was at 25 the day before. Extreme terror, nevertheless. But in a single day, that represents a 15-point decline. Crazy, huh? This shouts bullish to me. There have only been a few instances of hitting 10 or lower. For those who continue to believe, however, it is typically an indication that the risk-reward ratio is crazy. The smart money enters the picture at this point. While the lettuce hands are selling in terror, they grasp the situation and seize assets. Being in the appropriate zone is more important than precisely timing the bottom. You can be fairly certain that you're close when emotion is this low. Oh, and Mark Yesko also provided a humorous story. He founded Morgan Creek Capital, a company with a unique history, and serves as its CEO and CIO. Later, though, more on that. The situation is getting hotter. In 2019, this news seemed revolutionary, the type that causes you to sit up and move around. Whoa, this is going to be history. CoinDesk revealed on February 12, 2019, that Morgan Creek's $40 million venture fund now has 2 public pensions as anchor investors. Why did this matter so much? It was the first time public pension funds entered the cryptocurrency space, investing in businesses that were advancing the industry as well as Bitcoin. Bitcoin was a part of it, but it wasn't the only thing. In retrospect, this was a blatant indication of the direction things were going. And to be honest, it was really thrilling to watch. Bitcoin was just 10 years old at the time, and the cryptocurrency market as a whole was also relatively new. Watching the space change at breakneck speed in 2017 was like venturing into unfamiliar terrain. As we move forward, Morgan Creek Capital founder Mark Yesko clearly understands. The volatility doesn't even faze him. I've watched enough of his interviews to know he's all in, so believe me. The Crypto Terror and Greed Index, which he recently released, was at a terrifying 10 out of 100 on the extreme terror level. How did he respond to it? The only company in the world where everyone rushes out of the store when there is a sale is investing. Isn't that exactly right? Everyone flees in fear when the stock market crashes and equities are extremely cheap or when cryptocurrency values plummet, meaning they are on sale. It's also the ideal time to jump in, which is ironic. Don't you think it's crazy? People are going to people, nevertheless. They will never change, but you don't have to. You are free to choose your own course and follow your own intuition. To be honest, I am unable to pinpoint exactly what is ideal for you. However, I am aware that the general public frequently makes mistakes. Additionally, people that move against the grain typically emerge victorious. Take it from Crypto Michael, a chart analyst. He recently said that unless we get a full-fledged alt season, the bull market isn't really over. You might not even see it coming, but he thinks it's coming. I agree with him. There is undoubtedly an alt season in the works. Michael, by the way, is the same person who accurately forecasted the breakout of XRP this market cycle. He did a fantastic job, and I can assure you that I think there will be another significant shift soon. The question is not whether it will happen, but rather when. Let's be honest, this time is no different. Whales are never caught in the middle of anything. The game isn't over if they're purchasing. Take a look at this recent FX Street headline. Despite an increase in short-term holders selling, XRP whales remain optimistic. Yes, people, the major players are sticking with it. Are you? The so-called fly-by-nighters, or short-term holders, are cashing out. However, who is purchasing? The wise money, the whales. Since it's how you build and safeguard your wealth, it's hardly surprising that they're doing the exact opposite. This is the breakdown. Short-term holders have driven the latest sell-off of XRP following the market meltdown. This pattern is explained by the spent coin's age band, a parameter that measures the age of tokens being sold. The difference between the long-term, patient whales and frantic sellers is amazing to observe. Whoever came up with this concept didn't give it much thought. This is what's actually happening. It seems simple when they talk about distribution and the amount of money spent, doesn't it? False. When experts discuss coin distribution in the context of cryptocurrency, they typically mean that the coin is being sold. This is where it becomes ridiculous, though. Coins spent in this sense merely indicate that a coin, such as XRP, was transferred between accounts. That's all. Just a transfer, no buying or selling. However, they continue to refer to it as spent, which is incredibly deceptive, particularly for cryptocurrency novices attempting to navigate this confusing environment. It makes sense why it's so perplexing. Who invented this language, really? I would love to meet them, shake their hand firmly, and then give them a gentle slap on the head. Why? Because it is completely nonsensical. Did you spend any coins? What was spent? A dinner mystery? A map of treasure? Call it what it is, please. The coins were moved. It's easy to understand and doesn't require any guesswork. Even though it's not always the case, we're stuck with spent, which suggests purchasing anything. In any case, the data speaks for itself. The majority of the selling activity involved coins in the 90-day to 100-day and 1-day to 7-day holding categories. Yes, individuals who have held for less than 6 months are leaving quickly, particularly those who have held for 1 to 7 days. No perseverance, no conviction. In all honesty, there will always be those individuals who come and go from any coin, be it ETH, Bitcoin, XRP, or another. That is the type of conduct that prevents people from ever becoming wealthy with cryptocurrency. Quick wins aren't the key to building a life-changing fortune in cryptocurrency. Patience is key. You wait, often for years, after purchasing and holding. No one likes to hear the harsh reality, but that's the truth. In any case, the grind goes on. A gap is evident when examining the network's realized profit and loss statistics. Midterm holdings, in the 90 to 180-day range, are cashing out profits before prices return to their cost basis, while short-term investors, in the 1 to 7-day range, are panic selling to reduce losses. Here's the worst part, though. XRP whales are playing a very different game. These wealthy individuals, who own between 1 million and 100 million XRP, have amassed an astounding 440 million XRP, which is valued at about $1 billion. Since Monday's market meltdown, these whales jumped in and bought up your emotional sell-offs like pros, while others of you panicked and sold out of fear. How does that feel, then? Are you okay with that? The reason for their happiness is the whales, without a question. Check this out now. XRP may be preparing for a significant spring bull surge, according to Bollinger Bands. Why mention this? Thus, it's an important metric to consider. An impending breakout is indicated when the Bollinger Bands get tighter. The catch? Whether the maneuver will shoot up or descend is not specified. However, the probabilities favor a significant upward leap in a bull market. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? This was already being considered back in September. A headline from the 9th is as follows: as Bollinger Bands continue to squeeze month after month, XRP is poised for a massive leap. After a few months, XRP finally made an appearance. Is it possible for history to repeat itself? I first became aware of some excitement in the XRP community in April of last year due to an interesting sharing by chart analysts. They persisted on bringing it up, and in November, it did. The Bollinger Bands are getting tighter. On September 8, 2024, one notable analyst, the legendary Matsby, who is even featured in the article, continues to offer insightful commentary that is worth paying attention to.